Madam Chair, distinguished senators, good morning. For the land sector, yung pong presentation kanina at yung pagsagot ni Secretary dun sa mga katanungan, mukhang marami po sa aking ipepresenta ay na-discuss na. But let me just go through over that presentation. So yun na nga po na sabi, meron na rin po kaming na pili na mga alternate roads sa loob ng subdivision. At nabanggit na rin po yan kanina ni Secretary kung paano, ano yung pwedeng sagutin ng gobyerno at yung po mga detalya nito. Yung ikalawa po, a single authority, which we have just discussed earlier. Okay. So we now go to the road traffic congestion caused by public utility vehicles. At ito nga po ay isa sa mga problema. At ang kanina earlier, we have discussed about prohibiting bus terminals along major thoroughfares such as EDSA. Binilang po namin yung data po namin galing sa MMDA. Meron pong 27 bus terminals sa EDSA Cubao area lang. And in EDSA Pasay, there are 14. Some 2 weeks ago, yung planning group po namin conducted a survey in that area. And based on their survey, tinitingnan po nila yung labas at pasok ng mga bus na galing probinsya. And based on their survey, it would mean that every 2 minutes, there will be a bus that will go out or go inside the terminal. So can you just imagine po yung traffic na nabibinbin because yun naman pong bus, malaki po ang ano niyan eh. At paglabas niyan, mga 2 lanes agad ang ma-occupy. Pagpasok, ganun din po. Kaya po very strict yung in our traffic management plan now, we have deployed our LTO enforcers in that area, in that from Pito Azon to Ermin Garcia, na yung pong mga pasaway na mga buses, kay city siya o provincial, we give them tickets because they obstruct the flow of traffic. So, yung po yung nangyayari ngayon. Kaya po, sinama rin at napag-usapan na rin po yan earlier. Now, we also would like to rationalize yung second. Yung pong rationalized routes to improve efficiency of public transport and better address the needs of the riding public and the franchising issues. Kasi nga po kung maglipat na tayo ng mga terminals, there will be a different permutation of the routes. So, tinitingnan din po namin because meron na rin po tayo na MUSEP, yung Metro Manila Urban Transport Update and Capacity Enhancement Program where we gathered the data. Yung pong pinakita kanina na map of Mega Manila, that's where we gathered our data, where we can more or less determine from those data kung saan po yung mga pinanggagalingan ng ating mga mananakay papunta sa kanilang trabaho, papunta sa kanilang sa school. So, yun po. So, kailangan po namin para po madali na mag-reroute, i-rationalize yung mga ruta ng mga public transport. At base din po dito, meron po kaming proposed alternative transport system as was already discussed. The bus rapid system where there is a dedicated lane. Para rin po itong rail transit, LRT, but it is on the road. It is also run by a signaling system. May oras, may operating like a train. We also would like to have the cable car, double-decker bus, P2P bus service. Yun naman pong point-to-point bus service, this is like express bus. Like, sa ngayon, we have 3 routes, Alabang to Makati, North EDSA or Trinoma to Makati. So, wala po itong tigil, walang tigilan. So, ang tinatarget po natin dito ay yung we encourage the car users to use public transport. So sa ngayon po yung point-to-point, for example, when we did a survey 2 weeks ago in Alabang route, 40% of the passengers are former car users. So if we can just encourage the car users to use more public transport, then we can decrease the number of cars using the road. So yun din po ang ating gustong mangyari. At yung kanina na binanggit tungkol sa procurement, yung pong, we may have to, yung bus rapid transit, kailangan po yung mga procurement doon. Also, the pontoon bridge at the Pasig River at Makati Circuit City and behind Makati City Hall. Para rin po doon sa mga sasakyan na manggagaling from the north, Mandaluyong, Manila, so that they need not traverse EDSA. Para rin po to decongest EDSA. And then eventually, and then also we will be yung pong container transport via rail from Calamba Port of Manila and or Roro from Batangas, Sangli Point. Para po hindi na sila gumamit, yung mga container vans, hindi na gumamit ng kalsada natin. So this is also a form of decongesting our roads. Now, for the Land Transportation Office, we have really a severe backlog of driver's license and license plates. And currently, the TRO has been lifted by the court. So for the driver's license cards, we can proceed with the procurement of 6.7 million driver's license cards. And regulation allows a repeat order of 25% from the original contract. Thus, we can proceed with the procurement of 1.2 million cards. So yung pong remaining procurement of 6.7 million driver's license cards will be made through direct contracting. As regards license plates, it is still under TRO by the Supreme Court and disallowance by COA. So LTO has filed for reconsideration with COA on its decision to disallow the payment of license plates. Ang isa namin tinitingnang option ngayon, Madam Senator, Madam Chair, if granted the emergency power, we would like to pursue the procurement of the needed plates, but at the moment also we don't have a budget to procure because there is a case so that we are not given the budget to procure the license plates for 2016 and 2017. So, but for that, we may align funds. But for the long term, we will be just procuring vehicle plates making machine so that we need not order or import this from abroad. So, yun po yung aming mga proposals for the road or for the land transport sector.